This video will take you on an incredible journey through the fascinating and diverse aspects of Cuba, a country with a rich history, vibrant culture, and stunning landscapes. From its strategic location in the Caribbean to its unique blend of African, Spanish, and indigenous influences, Cuba offers an array of captivating stories and facts. Make sure to stick around until the end because one of the last facts will surprise you and give you a deeper understanding of what makes this island nation so special. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay updated with our latest videos. Welcome to World Marvels. 10. Strategic location. Cuba is situated in the Caribbean, benefiting from a strategic position between the Gulf of Mexico, the Caribbean Sea, and the Atlantic Ocean. Its location, just 145 kilometers south of Florida, USA, has greatly influenced its history and culture over the centuries. Historically, Cuba played a crucial role in maritime trade routes connecting the Americas, Europe, and Africa. This strategic importance made it a focal point for European colonial powers such as Spain, France, and England, who vied for control over the island in the 16th and 17th centuries. The country's geographical position has also contributed to its rich biodiversity, featuring an impressive variety of landscapes from white sandy beaches to lush mountains. Cuba's position has not only shaped its history but also its economy and culture. Being at the crossroads of major maritime routes meant that Cuba became a melting pot of different cultures and influences. The island's ports saw the exchange of goods, ideas, and people from various parts of the world, which enriched its cultural fabric. This strategic location also made Cuba a target for piracy and conflict, as colonial powers sought to control this valuable asset. In modern times, Cuba's location continues to be significant. The proximity to the United States has influenced political relations, particularly during the Cold War. Despite the challenges posed by the U.S. embargo, Cuba has leveraged its geographical advantage to develop tourism and foster international relations with other nations. The island's natural beauty, coupled with its historical significance, makes it a prime destination for travelers from around the globe. 9. Colonial influence. The Spanish colonization left the most lasting impact on Cuban culture and society. When Spain took control of Cuba, they introduced their language, Catholicism, and an economic system based on plantation agriculture. The presence of African slaves brought to work on sugar and tobacco plantations significantly shaped Cuban culture. This influence is evident in Cuba's music, dance, cuisine, and religious traditions, creating a unique and diverse cultural identity. The Spanish also established Havana, which became a key port for the Spanish treasure fleets. The colonial era saw the development of a society deeply rooted in European and African traditions, leading to a rich cultural tapestry that continues to define Cuba today. During the colonial period, the Spanish crown implemented policies that encouraged the development of plantations, primarily for sugar and tobacco. These crops became the backbone of the Cuban economy, requiring a massive labor force. This need for labor led to the importation of African slaves, who brought with them their own cultural practices, beliefs, and traditions. The blending of Spanish and African cultures created a unique Afro-Cuban culture that is still evident in many aspects of Cuban life. Catholicism, introduced by the Spanish, became the dominant religion in Cuba. However, the influence of African religions, particularly Yoruba traditions, led to the creation of syncretic religions such as Santeria. Santeria blends elements of Catholicism with African spiritual practices, creating a rich and complex religious landscape. This cultural synthesis is also visible in Cuban festivals, music, and dance, where African rhythms and Spanish melodies combine to create vibrant and dynamic expressions of Cuban identity. 8. Revolutionary history. Cuba emerged as a global political focal point in the 20th century, particularly during the Cuban Revolution of 1959 led by Fidel Castro. The revolution resulted in the establishment of a socialist government and marked the beginning of decades of tension with the United States, including a long-standing economic embargo. This period of history is characterized by significant social and economic changes, including the nationalization of industries and land reforms. Despite these challenges, Cuba has managed to preserve its vibrant traditions and resilient spirit. The revolution also positioned Cuba as a symbol of resistance and solidarity against colonialism and imperialism, attracting support and admiration from various parts of the world. The Cuban Revolution was driven by widespread dissatisfaction with the government of Fulgencio Batista, who was seen as corrupt and oppressive. Fidel Castro, along with other revolutionaries like Che Guevara, led a guerrilla war against Batista's forces. The success of the revolution led to significant social and economic transformations. Land reforms redistributed land from the wealthy to the peasants, and industries were nationalized to reduce foreign control over the economy. One of the most notable aspects of the revolution was the improvement in social services. Education and healthcare were made universally accessible, leading to high literacy rates and a robust healthcare system. However, the revolution also led to the exodus of many Cubans who were opposed to the new government. The U.S. embargo, which was imposed in response to the nationalization of American-owned properties, created economic hardships but also fostered a sense of resilience and innovation among the Cuban people. 7. The beauty of Cuban women. Cuban women are renowned for their beauty and diverse heritage. Whether black or white, Cuban women exhibit a wide variety of appearances due to the country's mixed heritage. This diversity results in a range of skin tones from olive to dark, and eye colors from brown to blue. Cuban women are also known for their grace and unique sense of style, which is a reflection of their rich cultural background. The process of mestizage, or racial mixing, began during the colonial era when Europeans brought African slaves to the island. This blend of races created a mestizo population characterized by its beauty, which is still evident today. Cuban women are often celebrated for their warm, smooth skin, dark, silky hair, and voluptuous figures, which highlight their natural beauty. The beauty of Cuban women is not just physical. It also encompasses their spirit and resilience. Cuban women have played crucial roles in their families and communities, often balancing work and family responsibilities with grace and determination. The cultural emphasis on family and community support has fostered strong, resilient women who are integral to the fabric of Cuban society. In addition to their physical beauty, Cuban women are known for their fashion sense. Influenced by a blend of traditional and modern styles, Cuban fashion is colorful, vibrant, and expressive. Whether dressed in traditional attire for festivals or in contemporary outfits, Cuban women exude confidence and style. This unique sense of fashion is a reflection of the broader Cuban culture, which values creativity and self-expression. 6. Economic challenges. Cuba is known for being a popular destination for travelers seeking intimate services. The country's struggling economy has led many women to turn to prostitution to survive. While this is a real phenomenon, it's crucial to note that not all Cuban women are involved in such activities. The majority work regular jobs to support their families, demonstrating the economic hardships faced by many in the country. Some attribute this popularity to the country's economic situation, which has pushed many women into this line of work to make ends meet. Others see it as a consequence of the cultural appeal and beauty of Cuban women. Despite the illegal status of sex tourism in Cuba, it persists in certain areas, driven by foreign tourists looking for these services. It's important to recognize that this is a complex issue, influenced by economic desperation and external demand. Cuba's economy has faced numerous challenges, particularly due to the U.S. embargo and the collapse of the Soviet Union, which was a major economic partner. These factors have limited Cuba's access to international markets and resources, creating economic hardships for its citizens. Despite these challenges, the Cuban government has made efforts to diversify the economy, focusing on sectors like tourism, biotechnology, and renewable energy. The Cuban government has also implemented reforms to stimulate private enterprise and attract foreign investment. These measures have led to the growth of small businesses and cooperatives, providing new opportunities for economic development. However, the economic situation remains challenging, and many Cubans continue to rely on remittances from relatives abroad to make ends meet. The resilience and resourcefulness of the Cuban people in the face of economic adversity are testaments to their strength and determination. 5. Cultural fusion. Cuban culture is a vibrant fusion of African, Spanish, and indigenous influences, reflecting the country's diverse and rich history. These cultural traditions are expressed through music, dance, art, and cuisine, all playing fundamental roles in national identity. African influences are particularly evident in Cuban music and dance, while Spanish culture has left its mark on the language, religion, and architecture. Indigenous contributions, though less prominent due to the devastation caused by colonization, are also part of Cuba's cultural heritage. This fusion creates a unique cultural landscape where traditional African rhythms blend seamlessly with Spanish melodies, and indigenous flavors enhance Spanish and African culinary techniques. The cultural fusion in Cuba is also evident in its religious practices. Santeria, a syncretic religion that combines elements of Catholicism with African spiritual beliefs, is widely practiced in Cuba. This religion reflects the blending of different cultural traditions and highlights the adaptability and resilience of Cuban culture. Cuban art is another area where cultural fusion is prominently displayed. Cuban artists draw on a rich heritage of African, Spanish, and indigenous influences to create works that reflect the island's diverse cultural identity. From traditional crafts to contemporary art, Cuban art is a vibrant and dynamic expression of the nation's history and culture. This artistic fusion is also seen in Cuban literature, where writers explore themes of identity, history, and social change through a blend of different cultural perspectives. 4. Music and dance. Music is an intrinsic part of Cuban life, permeating all aspects of society, from festivals and celebrations to casual family gatherings. Notable Cuban music genres include salsa, rumba, and son cubano, each with distinct characteristics and cultural influences. Salsa, for example, is a fusion of Afro-Caribbean rhythms with elements of Latin music and jazz, gaining international popularity in the 1970s. Rumba, on the other hand, is deeply rooted in Afro-Cuban communities, characterized by its percussive rhythms and sensual movements. Son cubano combines Spanish guitar with African percussion, creating a sound that is quintessentially Cuban. Music and dance are not just entertainment in Cuba. They are vital expressions of the island's cultural identity and social life. The origins of Cuban music can be traced back to the colonial period, when African slaves brought their musical traditions to the island. These traditions blended with Spanish music to create new genres and styles. Over time, Cuban music has continued to evolve, incorporating influences from jazz, classical music, and other genres. The result is a rich and diverse musical landscape that is recognized and celebrated worldwide. Dance is equally important in Cuban culture. Traditional dances like the danzón and the mambo have their roots in European and African traditions, while modern styles like salsa and reggaeton reflect contemporary influences. Dance is a form of expression and a social activity, bringing people together in celebration and joy. Whether in the streets of Havana or in rural communities, dance is a vibrant and dynamic part of Cuban life. 3. Cuban cuisine. Cuban cuisine is a delightful blend of flavors and ingredients, influenced by its colonial history and African and indigenous roots. Typical Cuban dishes include the famous arroz con frijoles, rice with beans, mojo criollo, a garlic and citrus sauce, roast pork, and tostines, fried green plantains. Cuban cuisine emphasizes fresh ingredients and vibrant spices, with meals often served in large portions and shared with family and friends. The culinary traditions of Cuba reflect its history of colonization and cultural fusion, with Spanish, African, and indigenous influences coming together to create a unique and delicious food culture. From hearty stews to tropical fruits, Cuban cuisine offers a taste of the island's rich agricultural heritage and cultural diversity. The staples of Cuban cuisine, such as rice, beans, and plantains, are often combined in various ways to create flavorful and satisfying meals. One of the most famous Cuban dishes is ropa vieja, a slow-cooked shredded beef stew flavored with tomatoes, bell peppers, and spices. This dish, which means old clothes in Spanish, is a testament to the creativity and resourcefulness of Cuban cooks. Cuban cuisine also features a variety of seafood, thanks to the island's abundant coastal waters. Dishes like Camarones enchilados, spicy shrimp, and pescado a la parrilla, grilled fish, highlight the fresh and flavorful seafood available in Cuba. The use of citrus juices, garlic, and herbs in marinades and sauces adds a bright and tangy flavor to many Cuban dishes. In addition to traditional dishes, Cuban cuisine has been influenced by other cultures, particularly from the Caribbean and Latin America. The introduction of ingredients like mango, avocado, and coconut has added new flavors and textures to Cuban cooking. This fusion of different culinary traditions has created a diverse and dynamic food culture that is enjoyed by both locals and visitors alike. 2. Daily life and resilience. The daily life of Cubans is marked by a unique mix of economic challenges, cultural resilience, and community values. Many Cubans work multiple jobs to support their families, despite receiving free education and public health care from the government. The socialist economic model faces significant challenges, particularly due to the U.S. economic embargo, which has hindered access to essential resources and complicated the country's economic development. Despite these difficulties, Cubans demonstrate a strong sense of community and solidarity, often helping each other in times of need. The government places a high emphasis on education and healthcare, boasting one of the highest literacy rates in the world and a healthcare system recognized for its quality and reach. This resilience is a testament to the Cuban spirit, which finds ways to thrive despite adversity. Education is highly valued in Cuban society, with a strong emphasis on literacy and higher learning. The Cuban education system is free and accessible to all citizens, leading to high literacy rates and a well-educated population. Many Cubans pursue careers in medicine, engineering, and other professional fields, contributing to the country's development and progress. Healthcare is another area where Cuba excels. The Cuban healthcare system is known for its high quality and accessibility, providing free medical care to all citizens. Cuba has also made significant contributions to global health, sending medical brigades to assist in disaster relief and public health initiatives around the world. This commitment to healthcare and education reflects the values of solidarity and social justice that are central to Cuban society. 1. Natural beauty and landmarks. Cuba's landscapes are stunning and varied, offering a wide range of natural settings to explore. Its pristine beaches with white sands and crystal-clear waters invite relaxation and enjoyment under the sun. Cuba is also known for its lush mountains, such as the Sierra Maestra and Sierra del Rosario, which provide opportunities for hiking, climbing, and wildlife observation. Notable tourist sites include Havana's historic center, La Habana Vieja, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and the picturesque Malecon, a seaside promenade offering panoramic ocean views. The Vinales Valley, located in Pinar del Rio province, is famous for its unique geological formations called mogotes and its tobacco plantations, offering visitors an authentic glimpse of rural Cuban life. These attractions showcase the natural beauty and historical richness of Cuba, making it a captivating destination for travelers. The biodiversity of Cuba is another aspect of its natural beauty. The island is home to a wide variety of flora and fauna, including many endemic species found nowhere else in the world. The coral reefs surrounding Cuba are among the healthiest in the Caribbean, providing habitat for a diverse array of marine life. These natural wonders are protected by national parks and reserves, which play a crucial role in conserving Cuba's unique ecosystems. Cuba's commitment to environmental conservation is reflected in its sustainable tourism practices. The government has implemented measures to promote eco-friendly tourism, encouraging visitors to explore the natural beauty of the island while minimizing their environmental impact. From eco-lodges to guided nature tours, Cuba offers a range of sustainable travel options that allow visitors to experience its natural wonders responsibly. In conclusion, Cuba is a nation that captivates and inspires with its rich history, vibrant culture, and resilient people. Despite facing economic and political challenges, Cubans demonstrate. Malaysia is geographically divided into two main regions, Peninsular Malaysia and Malaysian Borneo. Peninsular Malaysia, also known as West Malaysia, is home to the bustling capital city, Kuala Lumpur, and beautiful beaches. Malaysian Borneo, on the other hand, features ancient rainforests teeming with biodiversity. This island is shared with Indonesia and Brunei. Malaysia has a population of approximately 31 million people. However, only about half of the population is ethnically Malay. The country is also home to significant Chinese and Indian communities, as well as various indigenous tribes, especially in Borneo. This diverse population makes Malaysia a multi-ethnic and multicultural nation with a rich tapestry of religions. The population density in urban areas like Kuala Lumpur is quite high, leading to a vibrant urban culture that contrasts sharply with the traditional lifestyles found in the rural areas of Borneo. The diversity in Malaysia is also reflected in its architecture, ranging from the modern skyscrapers of Kuala Lumpur to the traditional longhouses in Sarawak. 9. Religious diversity and Islamic law. Islam is the official religion of Malaysia, with about 61% of the population adhering to it. However, Malaysia champions religious freedom. Around 20% of the population is Buddhist, 9% Christian, and 6% Hindu. Given that the majority of Malaysians practice Islam, the country follows Islamic law, known as Sharia, particularly in family and religious matters. Polygamy is legal and regulated for Muslims under these laws, allowing a Muslim man to have up to 4 wives if he meets certain conditions. These conditions include the ability to treat each wife fairly and equitably, both financially and emotionally. The practice of polygamy, while legal, is not as common as one might think. Many Muslims in Malaysia choose to have only one wife, preferring to focus their resources and attention on a single family unit. The Malaysian government ensures that the practice is regulated to prevent abuse and ensure fairness. Religious diversity in Malaysia is also evident in its numerous festivals and holidays. For example, Hari Raya Aidilfitri is a major celebration for Muslims, while Chinese New Year and Deepavali are significant for the Chinese and Indian communities, respectively. These celebrations often see the different communities coming together, reflecting Malaysia's spirit of unity in diversity. 8. Vibrant nightlife. Malaysia's nightlife is lively and diverse, offering something for everyone. From upscale clubs to traditional night markets, there's no shortage of entertainment options. The nightlife scene is especially vibrant on weekends, with venues offering live music, dancing, and an energetic atmosphere. Despite being a predominantly Muslim country with Islamic laws influencing social policies, Malaysia has a thriving nightlife that attracts locals and tourists alike. In cities like Kuala Lumpur and Georgetown, Penang, you can find a mix of high-end nightclubs, rooftop bars, and street food markets that stay open late into the night. Jalan Alor in Kuala Lumpur, for instance, is famous for its bustling food street, offering a wide array of local delicacies. For those looking for a more relaxed evening, Malaysia also offers plenty of options. You can enjoy a quiet night at a cafe, listen to live jazz music, or take a leisurely walk along the beach in Langkawi. The diverse nightlife options make Malaysia a perfect destination for both partygoers and those seeking a quieter evening out. 7. Alcohol regulations. Due to its Muslim majority and Islamic laws, Malaysia has strict regulations on alcohol. The sale of alcohol is controlled by the government and varies by state. Some conservative states, mainly in peninsular Malaysia, impose stricter restrictions, while tourist areas and parts of Malaysian Borneo have more relaxed regulations. Licensed establishments like bars, pubs, restaurants, and nightclubs can serve alcohol. International hotels also have permission to offer alcoholic beverages, providing more flexibility for visitors. In areas like Kuala Lumpur and Penang, you will find numerous bars and pubs that serve a wide range of alcoholic beverages. However, it's important to note that public drunkenness is frowned upon, and there are heavy penalties for drinking and driving. Alcohol regulations also extend to retail sales. In some areas, alcohol can only be sold in licensed stores and during specific hours. This regulatory framework ensures that while alcohol is available for those who want it, the consumption remains within socially acceptable boundaries. 6. Malaysian cuisine. Malaysian cuisine is a culinary adventure, with a wide array of dishes influenced by various cultures. Eating out is a common practice, and food markets are popular, offering a unique gastronomic experience. One of the country's most famous dishes is nasi lemak, a fragrant rice dish cooked in coconut milk, served with boiled eggs, vegetables, and curry-flavored meat. Another popular dish is satay, consisting of skewered and grilled meat, usually chicken, beef, or lamb, served with a peanut sauce. Would you dare to try a soup made from a bull's private parts? It's believed to boost male virility and sexual performance. For those who prefer white meat, how about grilled frog skewers or frog soup? These dishes are considered delicacies in Malaysia. There's also a fruit known as durian, which is infamous for its strong odor. Often described as smelling like rotten meat, durian is nonetheless one of the most consumed fruits in the country. Malaysian street food is another highlight, with dishes like char kway teow, a stir-fried noodle dish, and roti canai, a type of flatbread served with curry. Street food vendors can be found everywhere, from bustling city streets to quiet rural areas, offering delicious and affordable meals. 5. Economy and currency. The official currency of Malaysia is the ringgit, a term that historically refers to the serrated edges of Spanish silver dollars used in the 16th and 17th centuries. Today, 1 Malaysian ringgit is equivalent to about $0.3. Malaysia's economy is primarily based on the rubber and palm oil industries, as well as the production of petroleum and natural gas. In recent years, the science and tourism sectors have also seen significant growth. Malaysia has experienced rapid economic development, becoming one of the most industrialized economies in Southeast Asia. The country's economic success is reflected in its infrastructure, with modern highways, skyscrapers, and a well-developed public transportation system. Malaysia's strategic location and strong trade relations have also made it a hub for international business. Tourism is a major contributor to the economy, with visitors flocking to Malaysia for its beaches, rainforests, and cultural landmarks. Popular tourist destinations include the islands of Langkawi and Tioman, the historic city of Malacca, and the UNESCO World Heritage Sites of Georgetown and the Kinabalu Park. 4. Linguistic diversity. Linguistic diversity is a hallmark of Malaysia. While Malay is the official language, English and Chinese are widely spoken. There are also significant numbers of Tamil and Thai speakers. In Malaysian schools, Malay and English are the mandatory languages of instruction, reflecting the country's commitment to bilingual education. The multilingual environment in Malaysia means that most people are fluent in at least 2 languages, with many speaking 3 or more. This linguistic ability facilitates communication in a diverse society and enhances the country's appeal as a destination for international tourists and businesses. In addition to the main languages, there are numerous dialects and regional languages spoken by the various ethnic groups in Malaysia. This rich linguistic tapestry adds to the cultural vibrancy of the country, making it a fascinating place to explore. 3. Skyscrapers. Did you know that Malaysia is home to one of the tallest buildings in the world? The Merdeka 118, currently under construction in Kuala Lumpur, is set to become the second tallest building globally, standing at approximately 667 meters with 118 floors. The project began in 2016 with an investment of over $1 billion. But that's not the only impressive skyscraper in Malaysia. You've likely heard of the famous Petronas Twin Towers in Kuala Lumpur, each with 88 floors and reaching 452 meters in height. These iconic towers are a must-visit, especially for the Skybridge, which connects the 2 buildings at 170 meters above ground. The Petronas Towers are not only architectural marvels but also symbols of Malaysia's economic progress and ambition. The towers house offices, a shopping mall, and an art gallery, making them a hub of activity and a major tourist attraction. 2. Flora and fauna. Malaysia is home to some of the most extraordinary flora and fauna. The world's largest flower, the Rafflesia, can be found in Malaysia's rainforests. This giant flower can measure up to 1 meter in diameter and weigh up to 10 kilograms. Locally, it's known as the corpse flower due to its pungent odor, which resembles that of rotting flesh. The country also boasts the world's largest leaf, the Alocasia macrorrhiza, which can be found on the island of Borneo. This massive leaf can reach up to 3 meters in length and 2 meters in width. Malaysia's rainforests are also home to a diverse range of wildlife, including the Malayan tiger, orangutans, and pygmy elephants. These forests are some of the oldest in the world, providing a critical habitat for numerous species and playing a vital role in global biodiversity. 1. Mountains. One of the most fascinating natural wonders in Malaysia is Mount Kinabalu, located in the rural region of Sabah. Standing at just over 4,000 meters, it is the third highest peak in Southeast Asia and remains largely unexplored. Mount Kinabalu is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, described as the tallest mountain between the Himalayas and New Guinea. The climb to the summit of Mount Kinabalu is a popular activity for adventurous travelers, offering stunning views and a challenging trek. The mountain is also of great cultural significance to the local indigenous people, who consider it a sacred place. In addition to Mount Kinabalu, Malaysia is home to several other impressive peaks, including the T1TUT3S Range, which runs through the center of peninsular Malaysia. These mountains offer a variety of outdoor activities, from hiking and rock climbing to birdwatching and photography. Malaysia is truly an incredible country with so much to offer. From its diverse culture and vibrant nightlife to its unique customs and breathtaking natural wonders, there's something for everyone. Now, here's a question for you. Would you dare to try some of the unique dishes mentioned in this video, like durian or the bull's private part soup? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this video fascinating, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and share it with your friends. Your support helps us continue to bring you more exciting and informative content. Stay tuned for more adventures with world marvels.